This whole conversation about Resident Evil Requiem is focusing on the wrong thing. You check the forums, you check Twitter, and it's all about Leon's gray hair, his jacket physics, so the new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft. And yeah, Grace looks cool. FBI analyst, fresh perspective, I get it. We need new blood. But if you're looking at the roster and thinking this is just Leon and the new girl fight zombies, you are missing the actual ghost in the machine. There's a third player on this board, one that barely gets any screen time in the marketing, but is practically screaming to be noticed if you know where to look. I'm talking about Sherry Birkin. Yeah, the kid from RE2, the agent from RE6, the one character that ties the entire Raccoon City tragedy directly to the biological horror of the present day. You might think she's just a cameo or an Easter egg, but look deeper. She is the linchpin of this entire operation. Before we break down exactly why she's the secret weapon of Requiem, do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button and hype this video up by hitting that hype button. Seriously, it helps the algorithm find the good stuff and keeps us talking about the games that actually matter. Alright, let's cut through the noise. First off, let's address the elephant in the room regarding the evidence. Capcom is being cagey. They haven't slapped her name on a poster yet, but open your ears. In that footage circulating from December, listen to the comms chatter. That voice asking, "You there, Leon?" followed by the urgent, "We're running out of time." That isn't some random NPC dispatcher. That is Eden Regal. That is the same voice actress who defined adult Sherry in RE6. The cadence, the pitch, the specific way she talks to him is undeniable. The data miners in the leak threads are backing this up, tagging her and Jill as the key raccoon survivors involved here. But why does that matter? Why bring her back now? It's about the emotional architecture of the game. There's been this massive misconception floating around for years, you've probably seen it on Reddit, claiming there's an RE6 file where Leon explicitly contemplates suicide during Raccoon City. Let's be real and correct the record. That specific suicidal ideation text, it's a myth. It doesn't exist in the files. But the sentiment of absolute crushing despair, that is 100% canon. The actual file, Leon and the Raccoon City incident, paints a picture of a guy who was broken by his inability to save everyone. He was a rookie cop watching his world get eaten alive. The trauma was absolute. The only thing that anchored him, the only thing that stopped him from drowning in that guilt back in '98 was the responsibility of protecting a 10-year-old girl. Sherry was his tether. She was the reason he kept moving when the RPD fell. Now, flip the calendar to 2026. Look at Leon in Requiem. He's tired. He looks wrecked. The devs themselves said they wanted him to look rugged and burdened. He's been fighting this war for 30 years. He's circling the drain of his own PTSD. He needs that tether again. Having Sherry on comms, acting as his handler, maybe even a field partner, closes the loop. It's a perfect narrative flip. He saved her from the city of the dead. Now she's guiding him through the Requiem. It's not just fan service, it's necessary character work to keep Leon from becoming a caricature. But let's get into the nitty-gritty, the biology. This is where it gets interesting. We're hearing chatter about new viral threats. Leaks keep throwing around terms like Ilanthropus, hinting at some nastiness derived from the mold or progenitor strains. Maybe that's true, maybe it's bait, but think about what we know about Sherry. She is a biological anomaly. Because of what her father did to her and what happened in Raccoon City, she has G-virus antibodies woven into her DNA. She heals faster. She practically stopped aging for a while. In a franchise where every villain is trying to become a god through mutation, Sherry is the only person who bonded with the virus and didn't turn into a monster. So if Requiem is going back to the roots, if we are dealing with the legacy of Umbrella and the ghosts of Raccoon City, Sherry isn't just a soldier, she's the antidote. She's the only human being on the planet with a natural defense against the G-virus lineage. If this new outbreak echoes the G-virus, Leon can shoot it and Grace can investigate it. But Sherry, she might be the only one who can actually survive it biologically. That puts her in a position of power we haven't seen before. She's not the damsel hiding in the vents anymore. She's DSO. She's a federal agent with superpowers in her blood. And let's talk about the title. Requiem, a mass for the dead. Who are the dead here? It's the victims of Raccoon City. It's the shadow that has been chasing Leon and Sherry their entire lives.
bringing them back together, alongside a newcomer like Grace who is just learning the ropes, creates this heavy generational dynamic. You have the veteran who wants to forget, the survivor who can't forget because it's in her blood, and the rookie walking into the slaughterhouse for the first time. Capcom knows what they're doing. They didn't cast that voice actor for a throwaway line. They didn't set this game in the ruins of the past just to ignore the two people who were forged in its fire. So while everyone else is analyzing frame rates or obsessing over Grace's backstory, keep your eye on the handler. Watch for the blonde woman in the suit, because when the bioorganic hit hits the fan and Leon is backed into a corner, I'm betting everything that it's Sherry Birkin who pulls him out of the fire. She's the heart of this engine, whether she's on the box art or not. So, that's for today. Drop a comment. Do you think they'll let us play as her, or is she strictly support this time? See you in next video. Until then, stay informed, stay excited.